Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be playing around with some new high-end makeup. Most of these things I got from Sephora or Ulta, and then I also have one of the new Jaclyn Hill face powders. So I had a brain fart for a second. But anyways, so if you would like to see me play around with some new makeup products, please keep watching. So the first thing I'm going to be trying out, I'm super excited for. I have used the original matte one, but I've never used this one. This is the Benefit the Porefessional Hydrating Primer. This says 12-hour hydration, minimize the look of pores and fine lines, instantly moisturizes and refreshes. And then it says primes to help makeup stay put. And it also has hyaluronic acid in it and shea butter. Interesting. So we're going to be trying this out today. This is cute. When I used the other one, I would only put it like on my nose and like right here, kind of like the center of my face, but I would never put it around here because I do have normal to dry skin. So it looks about the same as the other one. It smells good. Do have some breakouts right here. I always get like really intrigued whenever I hear of like a pore filling hydrating primer because like for the most part like those two words don't belong together. But this feels really nice. It smells really good too. It doesn't feel like super hydrating, but it did make my skin feel really smooth, and I guess it did kind of fill in my pores right here. Ooh, I like this. Dang, I did not realize how many breakouts I had right here until I just looked again. I thought I had 3, but I have like 6. Jeez. My skin is not happy right now. I did try to use this detox mask from ColourPop last night, or 4th Ray Beauty, whatever, and it like burnt my skin. So I think I'm going to stay away from clay masks from now on. I don't even know if I'm going to use up the ones that I currently have. I might just give them away to friends and family. Yeah, my skin and clay masks just don't do well. But anyway, so if you're new to my channel, I never try out a new foundation whenever I do these videos because I like to use a foundation that I know I already like to give all the other products a fair chance. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this off camera. I hope it's not too dark. I think it'll be okay. This is the Maybelline 24-Hour Foundation Super Stay one, and this is in the shade Natural Beige, and I will be right back. I feel like that foundation went on really well on top of that primer. I also used this brush that I got off of Amazon, I think, I want to say like 6 months to a year ago. I've never tried it, and it's just like a little foundation brush. I think it was like $2, so I will definitely link this in the description box. It's slanted, like angled, so it works really well, and I usually when I have to use a brush for a foundation, I kind of like stipple like this, but this one I just went like this with the foundation and it looks like it worked. So yeah, I like this brush. For concealer, I'm going to be trying out this concealer from Pretty Vulgar. This is what it looks like. I believe I got this in a BoxyCharm. I also think I got that primer in a BoxyCharm too. This is in the shade 60 Little White Lies. I think the only... Oh, it's a slanted doe fit. I'm pretty sure the only things I've tried from Pretty Vulgar is the loose setting powder. It's really matte. An eyeshadow palette and a bronzer. I really like their bronzer. And I'm pretty sure everything that I own from Pretty Vulgar I got in a BoxyCharm. So I like the shade of this. This feels really lightweight, and it doesn't, to me, it doesn't look like it's full coverage. It's giving me like Maybelline Fit Me vibes, but I do like the shade of it. Oh, that's probably way too much. I'm just gonna add some more on this side. Ooh, I like this. It's like a neutral undertone concealer shade, which I really like, but it has like a hint of a pink in it. Maybe, I don't know, I can't really tell, but I do like the shade of it. So then I'm just going to press that in with my Morphe E45. Yeah, this reminds me so much of Maybelline Fit Me. This is like the high-end version of Maybelline Fit Me concealer. It's not full coverage, which is okay. Like, sometimes I'm in the mood for like super full coverage concealer, and other times I'm just kind of like, it doesn't really matter, you know? So yeah, if you're trying to get full coverage out of this, it's not. You would probably have to build it up. I put way too much on my nose, so I guess I'll just try to add a little bit more underneath my eye. It's like I can never blend out my nose with a brush, and I'm too lazy to go get a sponge wet, so maybe I should, because I feel like whenever I try to blend out my nose with anything other than a sponge, it just doesn't work. I'm gonna try to go over it with this foundation brush, see what happens. Okay, that looks alright. I definitely probably wouldn't purchase this if you already have the Maybelline Fit Me, because I'm telling you, it's literally pretty much the exact same thing, except for there's like little hairs flying everywhere. I think it's from this brush. Yeah, I'll talk about this more in the end, but I think that if you already have the Maybelline Fit Me, I would definitely probably pass on buying this, because I'm telling you, it's almost the exact same thing. Unless you're just a lover of high-end makeup, definitely go for it. But yeah, it is, like, Maybelline Fit Me is definitely a dupe for this Pretty Vulgar concealer. So I do have a brow product to use. I know, I feel like I never have any new brow products because that's something that I don't really buy. And I believe I got this in a Ipsy Glam Bag Plus, which is just like BoxyCharm. So I think I pay like $20, $25 and then I get like 5 full-size items. So if you like BoxyCharm, check out the Ipsy Glam Bag Plus. I'm not sure if I have a promo code or anything for it in the description, but if I do, I'll put it in there. So this is from El Makiage, and it's the HYPNOTIZE Fill and Fix Brow Shaper. I have the shade Latte. I think this might just be like a brow mascara. So yeah, it is. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of cream contour. I'm just gonna cream contour my nose and my lips like I always do, and then I'm going to fill in my brows with some Anastasia brow pomade, and then I will come back and we will try out this brow mascara. I feel like I need to put like a disclaimer at the beginning of all my videos. I am not good at brows. I swear it's like 1 out of every 100 times I do my brows, they look good. But anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and try out this El Makiage. It kind of looks like the Benefit, what am I doing here? Benefit Gimme Brow Wand. So let's try this out. It said on the box that it was to fill them in. So if you've ever tried the Benefit Gimme Brow or the Essence Make Me Brow, I believe this is pretty similar. I think it's definitely making my brows look thicker. I have to pretty much draw in my entire brows because they're so light, and then I don't have a lot of like hairs around like the tail from like the center to the end of my brow, like where my tails are. I really don't have a lot of brow hairs. So I think that if you had really nice full brows and you just kind of wanted to like hold them down or kind of flick them up and stuff like that, or just fill in like sparse areas but you already have full brows, you would love this. Like I said, for my brows, since I have to pretty much draw them in, I can't just use this and get away with it, you know what I mean? But I do like it to add some volume. Like, I do like this. I feel like I went a little overboard on this corner, but I'm gonna wait for that to dry right there, and then I'm gonna go and like flick it off. So for powder, I'm gonna try the Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics Luminous Powder. This is in the shade Brighten Up. I think I got every single shade except for the lightest shade and the darkest shade. I wanna say there's 4 or 5 shades. I cannot remember, but I got this off the Morphe website, but I feel like this is high-end because it is pricey. I think full price it's around, you know what, I'm just gonna look it up real quick. I want to say it was around $30 and I got it on sale, so I think I ended up getting 3 different shades. A lot of people were saying that this was similar to the Lancome Absolute Powder, which I do own as well, and I'm all for like a loose powder that's still like luminous. Like, I like to set the areas that I'm going to apply like my blush and bronzer so that way it doesn't look muddy, you know what I mean? But I don't like to look overly matte, especially when my skin is like a little bit more on the drier side. But if I could have a matte powder with like some sheen in it, like that's my favorite. I could have sworn that this powder came in like 4 or 5 shades. Am I crazy? Because on Morphe's website, it's saying that there's only 3 shades available. But I'm going to be trying out the shade Brighten Up. But I also purchased the shade Brilliant and Carrots. Okay, so apparently there's only 3 shades available on Morphe's website, but there are 5 shades total, and I have 3 of them. So I'm missing... Okay, so I have the lightest shade, Brighten Up. This is so confusing, I'm sorry. I'm missing Do Me, which is the second to lightest shade, and then I have Carrots, which is the 3rd darkest shade, and then I have Brilliant, which is the 4th darkest shade. So I'm missing Do Me, second to lightest shade, and Feeling It, which is the darkest shade. So I think I'm going to try the shade Brilliant. Where is it? Because I do have like a little bit of a tan, so let's try it. I don't know, it might be too dark, we'll see. Even the packaging looks like the Lancome powders. So this says, bring out that inner glow with this magically luminous powder. This is really nice packaging though. Alright, let's try this. This might be a little dark. I don't know. I don't know. It might be a little too dark for me right now, but we're gonna try it anyways. So I'm just gonna wipe off my powder brush. I'm using the Morphe E1. This has been my favorite powder brush for a while now. Just gonna swirl it in there. Press it into the skin. I could have sworn she said that you could use this as like a highlighter or an all over face powder. So that's why I wanted it. I do see a little bit of glow now that I applied it to my forehead. I didn't really see anything when I applied it to my cheeks. Do you guys see it? Alright. Okay, so it did leave a little bit of glow, but it's not like overwhelming or anything. Did get a little bit patchy right there. And I thought it was going to make my foundation, like I thought it was going to darken up my foundation, but I don't think it did. I think it looks fine. I think that shade of powder matches really well with this shade of Maybelline foundation, and I also think I could put this on an even darker foundation as well. So another one that I've been using is the Too Faced Born This Way in Sand when I have a little bit more of a tan, or the Huda Beauty one in the shade Butter Pecan. The Maybelline one's just a little bit lighter than that, but I think it looks good. Like I said, there is like a little bit of a sheen, but it's not like overwhelming. So I think even if you only like, doesn't look like I got any foundation right there. I feel like if you only like matte powders, like you don't want a sheen, I think you would still like this because it did set my face, but it just left like a subtle glow. Like it's not overwhelming or anything, but it's still really pretty on the skin. I wonder what it would look like if you just applied it by itself. Like kind of like a Bare Minerals type thing, you know what I mean? For my bronzer, blush, and highlight, I'm going to be trying out this Clinique All Aglow palette. So it has a mattifying powder right here, which I guess we could use to set my under eyes. I don't know, my under eyes are super finicky. Then we have a shimmer and glow, so a highlighter, a blush that's called Blush and Brighten, and then a bronzer that's called Get Bronzed. So let's go ahead and do the bronzer first. This bronzer might be a little too light for me right now, but we'll see. Ooh, it's kind of like a natural bronzer, but it's working. Like I thought for sure it might be too light, but I think it looks pretty. Yeah, you can see where it's a little patchy right there. Hopefully we can cover that up with bronzer and blush. I feel like this bronzer is like pretty versatile. Like if you use a light hand, you could get away with using it on more fair skin tones, and then if you want to build it up like how I am, then you can also build it up. I've been skipping my forehead lately because I've been wearing my bangs down, but I just want to apply a little bit up here and see what it looks like. I'm just going to apply some on my nose. And then we're going to try out the blush in the palette. This blush looks like a nice kind of everyday blush or any kind of makeup blush. Like it's just a soft mauve-y shade. Oh, you guys, this is pigmented. That bronzer was pigmented and so is this blush. I was not expecting that. I'm gonna kind of like layer up the blush. You know, I would normally do that anyways, but I'm really just trying to hide that patchiness too. Okay, now I'm gonna try the highlighter. It's called Shimmer and Glow. And I'm using my Anastasia brush. Very subtle, but very pretty. It reminds me of the Hourglass ambient lighting powders. So I actually really like this Clinique palette, and this matte powder on this side, the mattifying one, feels really nice as well. I'm going to use that to clean up my bronzer actually. I'm just going to take the clean side of this beauty blender. I know I need to wash it. I'm going to dip it into the matte powder and just drag it along the bottom to clean that up. And then I like to use my stippling brush just so there's not like a super harsh line where I put the powder. Okay, so now I need to set my under eyes and I don't have a new powder for that, so I'm just going to use my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I'm going to go ahead and set my face now. I like to set my face before I move on to eyes. I don't have a new setting spray at the moment, so I'm just going to use, I think I'm going to go ahead and use this. This isn't high end, but this is like my new favorite. This is the Pixie Glow Mist. So for eyes, I got this in BoxyCharm too. Like I guess I didn't realize how many high end like brands that I've actually heard of I had from BoxyCharm, but I think it was December's box or January's box, I honestly can't remember, but they did like a entire Fenty box for BoxyCharm, and I got this palette in there, which is awesome because I was gonna buy it, but I never did. Thank goodness, because it came in BoxyCharm. But this is the Fenty Beauty Moroccan Spice palette. I feel like I've heard like mixed reviews on this. Like some people love it and some people are like pass, you know? So I guess we're gonna find out. This is what the inside looks like. It's really pretty. I think I'm gonna go for more warm tones today, although these blue ones would match my shirt perfectly. I don't know, maybe I should do blue. Should I or shouldn't I? Anyways, let's go ahead and go in with, oh my gosh, it drives me nuts when they put the names on the back because I can never figure out which is which. So I'm gonna go in with, let's do this shade right here. I don't think I've ever tried any eyeshadows from Fenty. Actually, I know I haven't. I've only tried face products and lip products. And I saw too that she came out with skincare. So I'm excited to hear what people think about that. I'm just gonna use this shade as my transition shade. I mean, so far so good. That first shade is really pretty and it's blending out really nice. I can feel my lids, they're still a little sticky, so I didn't do a very good job setting them. I'm just gonna build that up a little bit. This would be a really pretty like all over shade too if you just wanted to throw a little something like in the crease and on the lid. This is really pretty. And then I'm gonna switch brushes so I can deepen up crease. I'm gonna go in with this kind of mauve-y brown shade right next to it. I'm going to take the red shade right there and I'm going to apply it with my finger first. I'm going to apply it on the lid. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Sigma E25 and I'm going to dip into these two shades right here, so the red shade and then that like mauve shade, and put those both in the crease. And I like to bring my crease up above my natural crease just so that way my eyes look bigger. Okay, now back in with just the mauve shade. Not the biggest fan of the red shade on my lid. I'm gonna go back in with the shade I used for my transition shade. Yeah, I don't really like the red shade on my lid. There's some really pretty like shimmery gold shades right there. Maybe I can cover up that red with one of those. Let's see. Oh, they're not as pigmented as I thought they were gonna be. Oh, that one is, jeez. Look at this one. Oh my goodness. I'm about to use that one. It's this one on the far right. Wow. That is really pigmented. I think I might just do that so I can cover up this red because I don't really like it. So once again, I forgot to wash my MAC 242, which is like my tried and true flat eyeshadow brush. So let's just try this. I think this is Sigma too. This Sigma E55. Pretty much using it for like a cut crease. Look how pigmented it is. Applied dry with a brush. Isn't that insane? I'm just gonna apply some with my finger too. Much better. Okay, I think next time if I use that red shade, I'm gonna use it for like my lower lash line, or I don't know. It wasn't my favorite, but I did like the other matte shades that I used. So now I'm gonna take the darkest brown in the palette and I'm gonna put that in the outer V just to deepen that up. And I'm trying to cover up the rest of that red too. I'm just gonna take a smaller brush just to add a little bit more shadow above the gold, just to kind of like make it look more like a cut crease. Okay, now I'm gonna take this shade right here and use it as my brow highlight and my inner corner highlight. Really like these shimmer shades in this palette. I didn't think that I would, honestly. So I'm just going to take a mixture of these two shades right here and then the dark brown shade for my lower lash line. And I think I'm just gonna leave the glitter on the top. I don't think I'm gonna put any on my lower lash line. Okay, I really like the mattes and the shimmers. Not a big fan of the red shade, that's for sure, but the shimmers are really pretty. I really like those. So I have a mascara to try out. This is the Tarte Man Eater mascara. So I'm just gonna curl my lashes. Weird, look at that wand. I think it's doing a really good job separating my lashes. It's not really giving me any volume, but it is separating and lengthening, so I think this would be a really good layering mascara. Kind of reminds me of the telescopic mascara. This wand, you guys, oh my goodness. So yeah, it definitely lengthened and separated. Didn't really give me a lot of volume. I mean, with that second coat, I gave myself a little bit more volume. I do like this by itself, but I feel like it would look really good with a volumizing mascara as well. Like, what's one I can think of? Like a Too Faced Better Than Sex one. I'm trying to think of high-end mascaras, or the Lancome Grandonice one, the one that has like the little flower in it. It's like a black tube, but by itself this is really nice too. Surprisingly, for it not being waterproof, it actually is like holding my lashes up. If you guys know, like, I usually only use waterproof if I'm not wearing falsies, because waterproof mascara is the only kind of mascara that actually holds my lashes up, like keeps the curl up, but this one's actually doing a decent job. Yeah, not too shabby. I'm just gonna apply a little bit of powder underneath my eyes so that way I can apply some lower lash mascara, and I'm just gonna use the same Tarte Man Eater mascara for my lower lash line, even though that applicator is humongous. Okay, I don't mind it for the lower lash line, but it's not like black enough for my lower lash line. So I'm gonna go in with this Essence Lash Princess in Waterproof. This is like one of my favorite mascaras for my lower lash line. And I don't have a new eyeliner, so I'm just gonna go in with my MAC Costa Riche liner on my waterline. Okay, so for lips, I just have a lipstick to try out. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips. I'm just gonna use MAC Strip Down. Okay, so for lipstick, super excited. Look how cute this packaging is. This is the Pure Cosmetics x Barbie collection. Gorgeous. And this is in the shade Classic. So you just push, how do I do this again? I think you just push the bottom, right? Oh, you push the top and then the bottom comes out. And then it says Pure x Barbie all over that part. And then look at this. There's like glitter on the lipstick. It's so pretty, but it's just a nice nude shade. I don't think I've ever tried a pure lipstick. Oh, it looks like there's like a little bit of like a metallic. I wonder if it's from like the glitter that's on the lipstick, but it doesn't look bad. Ooh, I actually really like this lip color. It feels like a hydrating matte, like a matte cream. It's really pretty. It's definitely like a Kylie lip color, you know what I mean? And it smells really good too. Dang it, now I wish I would have got a backup of this because one, it's super cute, and two, I love the lipstick shade. Okay, so now that I'm finished with everything, I'm gonna go ahead and go over every product that I tried out and let you guys know my final thoughts. So in no particular order, let's start off with the Tarte Man Eater mascara. Like I said, it reminds me a lot of the L'Oreal Telescopic mascara. Does a really good job on separating and lengthening. And then when I went in with a double layer, second coat. It did give me a little bit more volume on the base of my lashes. I think this is a really pretty mascara, and like I said, I'm really picky with mascaras if they're not waterproof because a lot of regular mascaras don't hold my lashes up. I think this did do a very good job on holding them up. This is definitely like my better lash side, this one. Anyways, but yeah, I really like it. It wasn't too bad for the lower lash line, but it just wasn't black enough. So if I was going to wear this again, I would probably only apply it to my top lashes and not the bottom. Next, I tried out the Pure Times Barbie lipstick in the shade Classic. I love this. If it's not too late, I'm totally going to grab a backup. I'm obsessed with this. I really like it, and the packaging is adorable. Next up, we have the Pretty Vulgar Concealer. Like I told you guys, this, like, Maybelline Fit Me has to be a dupe for this. Like, they're so similar, it's not even funny. But if you like high-end makeup products, then go ahead and pick this up if you like that. It's not full coverage though. I did kind of build it up a little bit on this eye, but I didn't want to put too much because I don't want to, you know, like turn my under eyes into like a cakey mess. But yeah, I would say it's more like light coverage, maybe medium, but that's pushing it. I do like how it looks though. Like, I think it looks really nice. I love the shade of it. Again, this is in the shade Little White Lies. It's like a very nice neutral undertone concealer, which is my favorite. Then we have the Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics Luminous Powder in the shade Brilliant. Minus it getting like a smidge patchy over here, I really like how it set my face. It left like a nice subtle glow to my skin, which is what I was looking forward to. I didn't want something that was just gonna make my face look like a light bulb, you know what I mean? But I do like it, and it didn't really alter the shade of my foundation. I thought it was going to make it a little bit darker. I do want to play around with it a little bit more, but so far I do think I really like it. Next, we have the Fenty Beauty Moroccan palette. I think this is really pretty, although if I'm going to be 100% honest, I'm glad that I got it in a BoxyCharm because I don't know if me spending $40-ish or however much this retails for, I don't know if that'd be worth it to me because I don't think it's a palette that I would necessarily grab all the time, you know what I mean? But it is really nice. I do love the shimmers. I do like the mattes that I use except for that red one. I don't know, I just need to work with a little bit more, but I do think it's really pretty. I just don't think that I would pay full price for it. So I'm very like 50-50 on it. I will use it again, but it's definitely, it's not gonna like live on my desk and I'm not gonna use it every day type of palette. This, however, I do really like. This is the Clinique All Aglow palette. I mean, look at this. This does not look like it'd be very pigmented, right? Like, it really doesn't. But the blush and the bronzer are super pigmented. I really feel like if you are fair to light complected or kind of like tan medium like where I am right now, I think this will work for you because I built this up and I got it to work. With a light hand, I think it would look really pretty on porcelain fair skin tones as well. And then the blush is really pretty too. I think the blush will go with any kind of makeup look you want to do, any eye look, any lip look, like whatever you want to do. It's just like that nice neutral matte rosy mauve shade. And then the highlighter is really pretty too. I think if you wanted to amp up the glow, you could just spray a little bit of setting spray and then go over it while it's still a little damp, and then that will really make that highlighter pop. But I like the kind of like natural glow from within that I got from the highlight. And then the matte powder I used to clean up my bronzer contour area, and I thought that was really nice. But just touching the matte powder, it feels really nice and buttery, so I really like this palette. And the pan sizes are pretty good size too. Is the Benefit Porefessional Hydrating Primer. I actually really like this. It's not as hydrating as I thought it would be. Maybe I just need to apply a little bit more. But usually when I do my primers anyways, I always use one kind of cream primer and then a spray primer on top of it. So I think this would be really good to use to pair with like the Smashbox primer water. I think those two would be really good together, but alone I do like it. It's just not as hydrating as I want it to be if I was going to wear it by itself. Hopefully that makes sense. And it did fill in my pores too, which is weird because like I said, normally hydrating and pore filling don't really go in the same sentence, but somehow it works for that. Then the last thing I tried out is the Makiage Hypnotize Fill and Brow Shaper. I do really like this as well, although I do feel like I can get the same thing from the Essence Gimme Brow. So just want to throw it out there. But again, I feel like I have to like cover it up with, but if you like high-end products and you don't mind spending the money, then I would definitely recommend this. But I'm very much like it seems like I buy more drugstore stuff. I don't know why. I think it's because I feel like in my mind I get more for my money, you know what I mean? But I'm not opposed to buying high-end makeup either, obviously, or I wouldn't be doing this video. But yeah, I feel like for me to spend money on high-end makeup or like to repurchase high-end makeup, it has to like literally like, it for real has to like blow me out of the water. Like it has to be like amazing for me to continue to repurchase like really expensive makeup. But if I can find the same with a drugstore product, then I'll always go back to repurchase the drugstore product. But that's just me. But anyways, that's everything. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know if you guys have tried out any of these makeup products and what you think. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys later.